Thank you for joining us for the UCA Cheer Score Sheet Breakdown. Today we're going to dive into the cheer score sheet used for all the performance divisions. As a part of our philosophy, UCA is concentrating on crowd leading, spirit raising, athleticism, entertainment, as well as a solid, well-executed routine. There are a total of 3 score sheets as well as 2 safety and deduction sheets. The cheer score sheet is worth 35 points and the 2 music score sheets are worth 65 combined. Judges will be assigned to a category and that's all they'll consider when scoring. If a judge is assigned to the cheer score sheet, they would only be focused on the cheer. Same thing for the 2 music score sheets. They would only take into account things that happen during the music portion of the routine. Here we have the cheer score sheet. This score sheet is used for all of our performance or traditional competition divisions. Quickly looking at the topics, we have crowd leading, which includes crowd effective material, the ability and energy to lead the crowd, and proper use of signs, palms, or megaphones, and motion technique. Next, we have skill incorporation. This includes both the proper use of skills as well as the execution of those skills. The final section is the cheer overall impression. Starting with crowd effective material, judges will be looking for loud and clear voices leading up to mascots, colors, and other callbacks. Teams want to ensure they do not drop their voices when they add skills to the cheer. Cheers should use a moderate pace that's easy to follow and allow the crowd the ability to respond. If a cheer becomes too wordy, it can very easily become hard to understand and follow. Cheers should be put together in a way that has a natural flow without any abrupt transitions or tempo changes. And once again, the material should be easy to follow. For the ability and energy to lead the crowd, judges will be looking for teams that use a natural and genuine spirit to encourage the crowd to respond. Judges should feel the energy from the beginning of the cheer until the last word. Teams should review the beginning and end of the cheer to ensure the sole purpose is to lead the crowd. Teams should also spread out to maximize crowd coverage as well as demonstrate confidence and project enthusiasm. The last part under crowd leading is the proper use of signs, palms, or megaphones, and motion technique. Signs should be used to promote crowd involvement, be easy to read, and shown to the crowd in time to respond. Palms can be used to indicate colors and times to respond. For color callbacks, teams can use 2 different palms to show which color and when to yell. Megaphones can be used to help project voices and be used by both all-girl teams as well as co-ed teams. Motions will be judged for placement, level, and sharpness. Judges will be looking at the athletes on the ground as well as the ones in stunts. Teams are not required to use all 3 props, and full credit will not automatically be given just for using all 3. The props should be there to enhance the cheer and make it easier for the crowd to follow and respond. Moving into the proper use of skills to lead the crowd, teams can incorporate stunts, tumbling, and jumps into the cheer section as long as the division allows. Stunts should be used to elevate cheerleaders and make them more visible to lead the crowd. For this reason, stunts would need to limit transitions and body positions. Great skills to consider are preps, extensions, as well as liberties and liberty hitches. Most importantly, can the tops lead the crowd while performing those skills? When adding tumbling and jumps, think single synchronized skills. Having a larger portion of the team perform the skill in unison can have a better impact, unless it's rippled to follow a response, say as in a spell-out callback. Running, tumbling, and jump combos are better suited for the music section of the routine. One thing to note is that not all skills are practical for every team. For example, in stunts, if the top person is not able to hold a sign, use palms, or hit motions because their only concentration is staying in the stunt, that skill is more than likely not practical for that team. The highest point value on the cheer score sheet is execution, worth 10 points. When teams are incorporating stunts, judges will not only be looking at the top person, but also the bases and spotters. Are the tops lifting up through the skill? Are the bases and spotters in the correct position to hold and assist with the stunt? For tumbling and jumps, the landing and approach are just as important as the body control and positioning during the skill. For synchronization and spacing, what is the timing of the skills performed? Is there uniformity in the performance of skills, or on rippled skills a natural flow with the performance? For formations, think about the physical placement of people and groups. Judges should not take into account stylistic differences between teams, but should expect groups on a team to perform skills in the same way. Think about how a group stunt loads in. Some people might start with 1 foot loaded in from the beginning, while others hop in with 2 feet. Both options are great, but teams that use the same approach will typically appear to be more polished. Teams should incorporate skills that can be performed well. These skills should not inhibit their ability to lead the crowd. When a team struggles with the execution of a skill, it can take a toll on other categories on the cheer score sheet. The final category for the cheer judges will be the cheer overall impression. Here the judges will be looking at the flow, overall crowd effectiveness, and difficulty of practical skills. Judges will ask themselves the following questions. Did the team lead the crowd effectively? Did the team demonstrate spirit-raising antics? Did the team exhibit strong athleticism? Did the team keep the crowd entertained? Was the overall routine executed well, which led to a solid and safe performance? While difficulty is included in this caption, it should only be used to differentiate teams when all other things are equal. Just remember, difficulty will only be rewarded for practical skills, and what is practical for one team might not be practical for another. This will conclude the cheer score sheet breakdown. If you have any questions, please send them over to ucascoring@varsity.com. We look forward to seeing you this year.